And remember, before the end of last year, Kamuzu had a color festival. Yeah, the color festival. Trust me, it was really one of its kind that if you to ask the reason that's why he came up with that color festival, trust me, you won't have any answer to that. Kamuzu kero color festival, me no ni color kill leb ma yung kan west na ikangilo ni goro festival. Ti wajo ni pango dog we kiro no be ka wajo ni en ni no koromo ti e bi kelo gor da fuso mo maroma pango ni e concert e festival no kelo gor marom fusa pa da ko bi no kwere tung malami Uganda kwele gor fuso mo matwero na pa per berutie. And of course, before that, so many music videos came on your screen, and I'm telling you, Kamuzu is one of the biggest dancehall artists right now that we have in northern Uganda. Trust me, he's so creative and energetic, and if he's doing his thing, the way he does his thing, trust me, even if you don't understand the meaning of the song, you get to vibe to the song. Yeah. Nyawe jamwe sati never night. He mixed it up with the Uganda, actually Kenya, lep mono be done ye Kenya, you know me no katugo pelok ye Kenya. It was a nice one. A very, very nice one. Of course, it's a Friday. Every single Friday, we always do the weekly roundup with our Saj, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. But remember, we have a lot of music video that has just dropped, you know, so many new music videos. The other side of South Sudan, we have How Are You? Is Linus Genius, featuring one lady called Wabubu, that, and the other side of South Sudan, and a lot of music video. And as we speak right now, today, we're talking about Foxy Boy is gonna be releasing a new beautiful video. That is we're talking about Saturday night, because today is the end. Today it marks the last edition of CHUKU CHUKU. Each and every single week we make sure that we give you the weekly roundup. So this very Saturday, that is tomorrow around midday. You know, tomorrow around midday, the video of this guy would be out. That is a Foxy Boy. The video called Nyapangati. They shot the video in Kampala, and trust me, you know, I saw the behind the scene. Yeah, the behind the scene was so lit, whereby it shows, you know, when you see something from behind, you will definitely know that this is exactly the image that is going to portray out there. If it wasn't nice, trust me, I would say that it's going to be something nice, because behind the scene itself, you know, the directives of the video, the way the director directed the video, trust me, you'll get to understand that this director really, the director knew what he was doing. Though so many guys, we had a lot of guys who were behind that, you know, trying to direct, you know, the makeup artists and the rest of the things. And then the video vixen wasn't Anna Choli, so it was a kind of difficult for her to, you know, to copy up with those with the words, the music itself. So there was a lot of directions. Yeah, you know, here we do like this, here we do like this. That gives you back, you know, takes us back to when you have a song and you want to get a video vixen for it. It will be better if you are to get somebody that understands the language, so that in the process you won't really disturb yourself a lot in the directions, you know, in directive. When you're trying to direct the video itself, you won't really have that, you know. Friday weekly roundup, and of course this is just an intro, and when we bounce back, gonna be giving you, you know, a lot of the stories that trended over the weekend. Then we're gonna add, and remember the other week, one guy called King Soldier was beaten. And I will be giving you all the details in the second hour of the show. But for now, let's first go for a music break. And when we bounce back, a lot of music video right there. But me, I would only request that the baddest producer, that is the boy, the CEO, the thing, you play for me one song. There's a song from this lady here. This is Slim Diva called Warombo Tap. You know. Warombo Tap, we're in. Can you win to we're in? And I'll be watching the Dania, you know, how could think about we're what you could need a moment dongo, you know. Get tend but Majuanya small body but big wallet. It get in small body but mind my migita, Utiama dongo, a keta, a Slim Diva, Uwe mokmania warom tap. Anywhere pas lim diva manyen ma abikwaya ani, and of course I would request that music video to take us to the break hour. And of course, let's first go for a music break. And when we bounce back, keep it right there on West Night Television. Start times at channel 477. And on Zuku Satellite channel, that is at 0073. Azam TV channel 369. And you can as well follow us on our socials. Keep it right.
Pajasi dong pajasi pasisaro rewa milioni sisaro.
From the Gun Talk family, you know what it is. You know each and every single time. For us, we make sure that we give it to you. You know, we give it to you full package. We don't leave nothing behind. Yeah, we always make sure that we light up the region every single day from Monday to Sunday. You know, we always light up the region. West Night Television, and that is our mission each and every single time. So now, you know. Before we get to the weekly roundup, remember back then the other week, a guy in the name of King Solo was beaten by certain bouncers, of which the bouncers, as you know, according to him, it was King Saha's bouncers, you know, that gave him the real beating of his life. And you see, when you look at King Solo, you know, before he became King Solo, he used to call himself, Young Saha, something to do with Young Saha. Back then, before he started singing his own songs. But of course, back then, this is the guy who used to mime and sing King Saha's songs when he go for karaoke. Because not only King Saha, there used to be Young Bobby, there used to be Young Radio, there used to be Young Bobby Wine, Young Chameleon. And of course, they used to call them young, if I can remember back then. But of course, these are the guys who used to perform karaoke, you know, when there were like nights to do with sing-alongs, they could go and sing those very particular songs, of which we have seen so many people have been doing that thing. So many people have been doing that. They go for sing-along, they go and sing people's songs. You sing your favorite song, you know, like your favorite artist's songs. So this is the guy, King Solo, who used to sing back then, King Saha. When you look at King Solo himself, he looked just exactly like Saha. The ndobozi, the way he sounds, the physical appearance. The guy just looks like, totally, he looks like King Saha. That is King Solo. If you didn't know anything about King Solo, just go and find out about King Solo. So this is the guy, in everything, he just looks like King Saha. So the bouncers of King Saha had to give him, a real beating of his life. But according to him, these people, they really wanted him out of the road. Maybe because he has been singing King Saha's songs now, he no longer does that. He only sings now. He has started, releasing his own songs. He has a couple of music, but he's still being followed by these very particular guys, so he's calling upon the guidelines, the guidance, people should come in and guide him. Then, of course, you see, we have seen so many. Even Andona, so it's good sometimes. The resemblance also causes a lot of things sometimes, but copying up somebody, this is also another different thing. Remember late radio, we have a guy called Young Ziggy. When you look at Young Ziggy, and you look at when you look at Young Ziggy and Mose Radio, these guys are almost, the similarity, they almost look the same, they almost look the same. But the other one calls himself Young Ziggy, and that one is Mose Radio. So there are so many people, people resembles each other. Then there's also a guy here in Arua. There's a guy also here in Arua. He's a fan of Dr. Jose Chameleon. But when he's singing, you may think that it's Dr. Jose Chameleon, the one singing. Because the voice alone sounds exactly like the one of Jose Chameleon. Then there's also a guy, apart from that, I have around two guys that I know here within Arua City. There's a guy who used to be a Rasta guy, but he used also to be a dancer. But when the guy is miming or singing, trust me, the voice of the guy, you may think that this is Dr. Jose Chameleon. From outside, if you're not inside, you may think it's Dr. Jose Chameleon who is singing that. But no, it's just because the voice, they sound the same. Then giving an example of how people you feeling, you getting into somebody's trap, maybe not trap, but you being a fan of somebody's fan, and you do things like just the same way that very particular person that you're supporting does. So these are, look at Andona 256. Andona, before Andona became a singer, Andona used to mime. He used to mime those songs, and he used to mime those people's songs and convert them into his own tea, like Lugbara tea. He did a lot of songs that he changed from Luganda to Lugbara. That's where he got the inspiration. So as we speak right now, if I'm told that if what is happening right now to King Solo, if I'm told that all those people whom Andona used their songs, if they are supposed to all to turn like that, don't you think that by now Andona should have been inside? Maybe even in the prison, and of which the key will be thrown in the Indian Ocean, where you cannot even find the key. So it takes one. But I believe this one here just from me to King Saha and the crew. The guy have been your fan. He did a lot of things, and of course we all know that he has been singing your own song. But because the guy believed in you, you gave him the courage, you inspired him to the extent that the guy can now sing his own song. He can sing his own music, meaning that the love, the courage you gave the guy. Why don't you just allow the guy that now that he has quitted, maybe if you still want him to be doing your own things, you should have come and approached him, in a very good way. You talk to him like man to man, that you've been doing this thing good, continue with it. Even if you're singing your own song, continue it, don't quit. I think it would have sounded a little bit fair. Unlike sending the bouncers, bouncers beating this guy. Moreover, they found him with his kid. Beating somebody when the person is holding a kid, let me say carrying a kid, his own kid, and you beat the kid and the father all. This is not serious. But of course, King Solo is calling upon, because he cannot even change. According to him, he cannot change his name, because even on his national ID is written King Solo. King Solo, even on his national ID, so he cannot change his name. Maybe they should come down on the round table and talk, talk like man to man, so that they can have, a amicable way of solving out all these things. And of course, that's all I can tell you about what is happening, and of course what has happened last week. And this guy, they found out this guy this week, and they tried talking to him, asking him maybe whether he can change, but he said no, he can't change that, because if it's to change his name, that means that also the national ID has to be changed. Then you can imagine how hard it would be going to the NIRA and telling the NIRA, you know what, I want my things to be done this way. Trust me, it won't really go well the other side around. And of course, I'm talking about the weekly roundup. Weekly roundup. Remember over the weekend, last Sunday, and of course last Sunday, Lilian Babazi had one of the biggest event that it goes yearly. It's a yearly event where it goes down, in Villa, and of course. This is the lady who had so many artists. We had Vinka there. We had, and of course, Winnie Nwaji, the queen herself. That is a Queen Sheba, Swag Mama. She was also represented the B2C. They were all represented, but I didn't see really Weasel. I did not see Weasel, but I expected that Weasel to be part of that. But of course, according to that, according to the Radio Mose Week, definitely by now, I remember saying it early this week that it should have been one of the biggest events ever, if it was really planned well, if they had taken over the ego, the envy, the family kind of things. Because as we speak, as it stands, that is the family of Mose that is not in the support of having that. Maybe because, I don't know, maybe it should be because maybe it's to do with the family issue. But now, I remember also saying this same thing that I'm going to tell you right now, that at least if they could sit down, if they could sit down and and come up with the, with the terms and conditions, maybe if they want the night to continue yearly, so that year to come to be able to help, the kids of the late. But of course, this one comes back to the family members, if they are to agree and sit down and come up with a reasonable kind of resolution, so that they can work upon that. We could bank chenka wa binu kumainde wa making sure chalo bank chenga beach kumainde wa bekelu weekly roundup ingeo an peko parate shell in northern Uganda ka kainde peko mate shell kende ni juma ni juruwir achiel kingeo nguka making news watie ku dano machalo mass manas, watie ku dano machalo mass manas, watie ku Zoom Pro the other side of paida, watie ku bitojo eni gitogi dano magitie gite social media influencers maigami wanga ania one giwa chalo juruwer, entertainers me tumpin me Uganda chalo what it to malumi Uganda in northern Uganda, but in western Uganda it's very hard for us to be creative. We don't make news. Dano umbenya what take dano le, what take bloggers like Hotelul Vegas, what take bloggers like Dano Machalo me Jumani Gicha. These are the guys who can be able, these are the guys, if we have any stories we should be giving it to these guys, and of course to create the visibility, the talkability. But in wangania ibangwa kaka ndiye dano nwango tingu lembe ne doku ni lemba tit marash makagi nenu nya tingu lembe moku ikomgi watie ku there's a guy jalo ku ditie ipa gine kuche watie ku tiktokers, watie ku tiktokers, watie ku dano machalo aluru princess, watie ku dano mapol mutieka mato ginwa ene gitek ilai misspreading news. Loingamino ene wanwa juruwer mamwami ngombalur, juruwer mamwami ngomblukbara, juruwer mamwami ngommadi. They intend to be so selfish, like by themselves. You understand? They intend to just to keep them for themselves, of which it's not the right way, the right thing to do. Let's get down on the ground, let's create talkability. You understand? Let's create that. I love the fact that Andona has been trying his level best, but I don't know whether he has some bloggers on his side, because he has a lot of news, but you find out that the news does not circulate. Not until when he's to put in his own channel, that's when people get to watch the things. But I love the fact that he has been so energetic, not sleeping, but doing music here and there, doing a lot of music, and which is a good thing. And so many of the artists here, they have been doing a lot of audios, but the videos, when it comes to videos, we, the West Nilers, we are still way behind. But Alur guys, the Lukbaras and the Kakwas, Madis are really trying to compete now, which is the good thing that I really want to witness. When it comes to music videos, we talk about videos itself. When you talk about videos in West Nile, you only talk about the Madi videos and Alur videos. Artists from Alur and artists from Madi. But here in Arua City, I have not seen, guys are not really trying, they're not pulling up their socks in the videos. We have so many guys who are doing videos, but I've seen there are few who are doing good videos. And among the few, Freeboy nails it. When it comes to video itself, when you look at the Freedom videos, you cannot compare the kind of video that this guy does with any other video here in West Nile. Because even the Allure guys, the video that they do, when you pick the video that they do and compare with the video, some of the videos of Freeboy, trust me, you will fail to compare that, to give the comparison. Because Freeboy does quality video, standard video. And I thought that, I thought he would show that way to Eddie Topsy, so that he can also follow his, his footsteps. But no, when you look at Eddie Topsy video, and Eddie Topsy alone video, and the one of Freeboy, and compare it with other videos, you'll find out that in terms of percentage, Freeboy's video takes the bigger percentage. That is of percent. But I want to give a round of applause to my brothers in Madi sub-region, round of applause to my homeboys, the Aluru guys, and the Aluru guys specifically. We have team management, that is Starboy Junior, and I've seen Aswalifa, though he's no longer in that camp, but still he gets support from that very particular camp. So, and Bushi the King is also doing some good videos. But luckily, when it comes to when it comes to video, trust me, Luckidy's videos, it's not quite impressing, of course, when you compare to the songs that he does. When it comes to music itself, the lyrics and composition of the music itself, nobody beats Lucky. That is according to me. When it comes to music itself, the writing and doing, he knows what he's doing. But when it comes to video, group of Luckies, me, I can put him. I cannot add James Kennedy in the video, because James Kennedy, when it comes to video, when you put videos in terms of percentage, out of 100% Gundi, James Kennedy takes only 2.5% when it comes to video. But when it comes to audio releasing, this guy is so good. He's one of the legendary, talented artists who is still trending, who is still even bigger than some of the upcoming artists. Some of the guys who are just coming up. He's really bigger than some of those people. But now in terms of video, we really expect that these guys should be doing something good when it comes to video bit of it. Saj MC remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. It's a weekly roundup. Every Friday we make sure that we give you the stories of the week. Just as we had one of the stories of Lillian Bawazi and having the radium of the week and a lot of things that has been happening. King Saha, the guy, King Saha bodyguard, beating one guy called King Solo, the other side of Central. But of course, we're going to be going for a music break. And when we bounce back, we're going to be coming out with more of more of celebrity gossips and stories. So keep it right there on West Night Television. Start Times, the channel 477, Zuku Satellite, channel 073, Azam TV, channel 369. Keep sipping right there. They're one of the baddest producers we have in Uganda, and of course, the boy, the CEO, the thing. He's the reason why you're seeing what is happening on your screen. But of course, before that, we had a song that came in from Slim Diva, and they know that is a baby warombo tap, a belu para kuperi rombo tap. It's really, when you listen to the song itself, it gives you the vibe to hype you. It gives you the hype, you get the vibe. Just like you see. There's one thing that people don't understand. Cooking oil already, let me say, what we call a paste. Paste already has the content of cooking oil, but cooking oil does not have that. That content of the paste. But of course, paste is already having that. So when we talk about the music itself comes from northern Uganda. The pure music comes from northern Uganda. Whether you like it or not, go back to your dictionary. Northern Uganda. That's where we get the classic, the pure music, because when it comes to the lyrics and the rest, start following from the lyrics. The lyrics itself, the way it flows. When you are to change that music in Uganda or change it into English, trust me, it will burst some people's ears. They always say that charity begins at home. First love where you come from, and then others will come as a priority. So Saj MC still remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Knocking at the door is the red flowers. What do I mean by the red flowers? Valentine is already cooking. You understand? They have already applied the sauce. The sauce is already in the hot water, but it's just boiling itself right now. Very many people are already in the vibe, they're already in the mood of Valentine, but some are still having that hatred in themselves, because maybe boyfriend can let me give you Valentine itself initially is for the whites, but we the Africans, they just adopted that Valentine is only for the whites. So when your man your sugar mommy, your boyfriend, if that person did not buy for you anything, please, you don't miombe sambusa ko miombe sambusa ko leba waru mateke aikoro. So if you happen to get or not, please kindly Not by force, by kindly, please. Don't put it, as if, don't hate your partner. Because we just adopted it. Otherwise, we the Africans, our Valentine is on a daily basis. You go out with your woman, that is you're showing her the love. You buy her something, you're showing her the love. During that time, you go back home, you go and show the woman the love. So what more type of love do they still want you to show them? So the same applies to the men. When we have some men also, their women are having a lot of colors. So when a woman does not buy for you something, please just take it easy and chill. We already in the mood of tomorrow, Valentine. So make sure that you get yourself prepared. For us, we do end it up in clubs partying. Just as usual. In Arua we party from Monday to Monday. So it's just going to be a usual thing for us. It's going to be a usual thing for us. But I believe that tomorrow our eyes will be disturbed with different types of dressing code. But I believe that what people are prepared for is the red thing. And I know when you talk of Valentine, people always think that you should put on something red. Because I've seen flowers moving all over the town. There's a woman who started working with that flower since yesterday. Today I also met that same woman. Nothing has been bought from that basket. So people, guys, please don't spoil people's business. Go and buy and you just give the person if I'm told you are able to. Serge MC getting ready for tomorrow. So I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. But of course, we're going to catch up in case we happen to meet. Just meet. We happen to meet maybe Capital One, Triple X, Freedom Vibes, whatever you call it. Nebi Matonge, Lady Empire. Anywhere, just, when we're to meet, we mean business of Valentine. And of course, I've come to the end of this very particular Friday edition, the weekly roundup. But before I say bye-bye, but remember to subscribe on your own artist YouTube channel. It's time that we should be giving them the subscription. You should subscribe to our YouTube channel. Westnight TV, subscribe to your own favorite artist. Subscribe too, so that you can give them the mileage. You can push them through that. What does it cost? It costs nothing. Take it upon yourself and blend it. I love the fact that some of us, we have some people who do not accept the challenge. One artist, and of course I will give him the floor. That is, there's one upcoming artist, one upcoming artist, he is a serious hustler. He did say something. I will not mention the name of the artist. He did say something, applauding some other artists, like Free Boy, giving them the flowers, giving some of these people's flowers. It's also a good thing sometimes. When somebody is good, tell that person, Walai Sarge, never mind, Sarge, you're good. When it's Fiona, the news anchor, if she's good, you tell her that. If the boy, the producer, give the floor give the floor when the person can be able to receive the floor. You understand? You don't just start saying, oh, what they are, the Andra, the Dini, the Andra, the Dinu, so the Aguda, the Do, Yodaki, Sassi, the Inunchi, Naticano Timobero, Ting Floor Pangati, Imi. And then in one of the interviews last year in October, where Vinka came, we had Vinka, we have Judas Rap Knowledge, we have Lucky the Boss, we have Eddie Topsy, we had El Pishadi. But in the interview, do you know what El Pishadi said? El Pishadi said, as he was handing over the microphone to Lucky, he said, this is West Nile's finest artist. So meaning that he has given the floor to Lucky, being the finest in West Nile when it comes to music itself. So it's good that we need to learn how to give ourselves flowers. We give to the flowers to the people who deserves the flowers. See you till tomorrow. See you till Monday. Same time, same television, but still tomorrow, it's a Valentine Day, so we're gonna vibe. I'm already hyped. I already have the vibe. Serge always have the vibe each and every single time. That's why I call myself the West Nile finest, the capital guy, the only guy who speaks in capital. My brother, big up on yourself, the boy himself. We're gonna go for a music break, but for now, see you till Monday.